Hey everyone, it's Jonathan Corbett. We have Barry here from Go Full Frame. You can go check out their website at gofullframe.com. And we're just going to continue doing the interviews here with all of the companies who have scheduling for real estate photographers, delivery systems, and things to help us not have to worry about things besides photos. So anyway, without further ado, let me introduce Barry. How you doing, Barry?
Good, thanks. Yeah, thanks
Good.
for
Happy
having
to
me.
Yeah, no problem. I really am excited about interviewing you because I've checked out your information online and I think it might be a great fit for my own personal company. Um, I think you guys' price point is great. Your user interface, or at least your website, is very clean. I love simple and easy to use in addition to some nice features. But anyway, I don't want to pump you up too much. I want to go ahead and let you start your 10-minute presentation. And Barry has requested that we start this with a video that he has already pre-prepared. So we'll watch that video and then we'll switch it over to Barry. So I'm about to start the 10 minutes right now. There it is. And we will go ahead and switch over to the video.
In this video, we'll show you exactly what it looks like when your client goes to place a photography shoot order through your Full Frame Systems account. This will give you a quick view of how quickly orders can be placed and executed while providing you and your team with what they need to accomplish the order. Let's say I'm your client and I'm ready to place a photography shoot order for a new listing. I would log into my Full Frame account and simply navigate to the project page to get started. Here I would add a new project towards the top right and start adding in the details of the property. Some details the client fills out will help you calculate the specific price of services for their property, while some of the other information might be for their property websites, flyers, videos, and social media posts. Next, your client will select a package based on the packages you've set up in your Full Frame account. Create any number of packages. These can also be personalized to your client. Once your client has selected their package, they'll move to the next page, which is the a la carte services or add-ons. These are additional add-on services you might offer to your clients as an upsell to increase your revenue per order. Would you like fries with that? If you choose to use the Smart Scheduler, the next to last step is for the client to schedule an appointment time. The scheduler will take into consideration business hours, calendar availability, drive time, the length of time to complete the service, and any seniority you might have within your team. Travel fees can also be computed and confirmed. The last step is for them to submit their order. Here they can submit their order with or without payment. You can configure this in your setup and may specify it for each client. Once they've submitted their order, your team and the client will receive email notifications confirming the details of the order. Now it's time to deliver the final product to your client. Once you've uploaded their media into the project, you can notify your clients via email. When they go to their account portal, they can download their media by original or MLS resized. The media gallery can include moving or still images. Under property websites, they can get links to the professionally designed, branded, and unbranded sites. If you want to include any embedded 3D tours, floor plans, or video streams, additional sections can be easily added into the website with a simple click. You can also use our Video Tour Creator to create professional video tours of their properties from the media you've uploaded. We also provide an analytics report of their websites and social media posts. We've designed the system to not only fulfill your workflow needs, but also enable you to expand the products you offer, and hence your profit. Show your clients that you're more than just someone who provides photography for them. you're a true professional who satisfies their needs.
All right, and we'll continue, Barry, with you. Anything you want to add on to that?
I think that this is a really good introduction to the step-by-step programmatic aspect of the business. What probably is going to be of interest next, what I would think if I were a photography business owner, is some more things about the culture of how certain specifics work, how my current workflow, for instance, is going to integrate into this whole new pre-programmed I guess it's a complete platform. So it really not only helps you with this minutia of getting so much of this time that frees you up to do the shooting. As we all know, if you're watching this, you're probably experienced enough to know that it's these details that bog you down, and the margin just isn't high enough in this business to be spending any extra time. So I think that's the next step in thinking about, you know, what product might be best for your business and your personal workflow.
All right. I think what I'd like to do then is go ahead and jump into the Q&A. And since you had a pretty short intro, we'll take our time with the Q&A, and I'll ask you lots of questions. Of course, there'll be no curveballs here, just trying to find out as much as possible as I can. So it seems like your system at Go Full Frame is pretty comprehensive. So there's some people out there who just have a very simple, cheap delivery system where someone can schedule and it delivers something, but it's not that complex. And on the other end of the spectrum, you have systems that do everything you can possibly imagine, but it's also a little bit difficult to use. I find yours is a very healthy in the middle ground where you guys do offer a lot, but it does seem to be very clean, very well thought out. You seem like the type of guy who likes to do something right, but doesn't like to be rushed doing it. I don't know if I'm getting the wrong impression there, and that's exactly the type of system I want because real estate agents, it's surprising they have a big responsibility with looking after people's investment, but it's a little bit shocking that they don't even know how to download a folder, right? So if a platform starts getting a little bit cluttery or complex, then real estate agents start having trouble using it. So first off, it seems like everything you have here, from the screenshots I can see, and then your demonstration, and even your website, is very clean. Is that correct? I mean, if we hop into the back end, are we going to be surprised by anything there?
No, in fact, some people don't know that this is our second version of the software.
Okay.
We started, and I think this is an important bit of background to know where we are coming from in creating this platform, is I started my own real estate photography business in 2007. And I realized very soon that I was going to need a lot of fairly automated assistance to make this a really good margin-based business. And so I started having tools built for myself. And it progressed for the next 8 years. We continued to build these software tools. So this is real world need. This is not, I have a bunch of coders and this seems like a really good business model. This came from our actual need. So that's a big piece of understanding us, because we've been through over 10 years of trying to understand where the agents get bogged down. You're right. It is very difficult to try and integrate any sort of technology with agents in general. I think, though, we've been saying that for so many years that it's not quite as bad as we think in our own minds. But extremely important that it be easy on the eyes, lots of wide open space, individualized boxes and sections. As you saw in the video, we have a progress bar that shows them their steps towards their completion and their success. So yes, very, very concerned about how people utilize and interact with the UI, the software interface. So that was very important, and thanks for bringing that up, because that's huge.
Yeah, no problem. So what are some of the features that you have chose to include that you do find? First of all, I love the fact that you are a photographer and you've built this system as one of us, because I do find a little bit of a disconnect. It's great that you have a tech guy stepping into the industry and building a product, but oftentimes they're coming from the engineer world. And as Elon Musk has said, a quote that I love of his is, engineers have a bad habit of over engineering something that doesn't need to exist in the first place, which is very true. So what features have you chose to include, and what features have you chose not to include that you are not ashamed of?
Good question. I think what was most important for us to include, which we didn't find in other products, was the ability to add sections to the property listing website. Quite often, and it was less so then, but it's even more so now, that there are lots of third-party tours and other types of visualization tools that offer their own interactive embeddable model or image. So you can add any of those embeddable products to our property websites. You can rename them, you can sort them. As an example, maybe someone has come to you and they're hot about Matterport. That's like their thing, because they're sellers. Because the sellers are, if you haven't realized, the sellers are driving what we're doing.
Exactly.
It's not the agents.
Yeah.
So if, for instance, they're hot about Matterport, your client, the agent, comes to you, they know you do Matterport, you can make that the top section on the property website. We're not aware of any other systems that are quite that flexible. You can also rename it. So that's a very important feature for us that we knew could be potentially difficult. And so we made that as friendly as possible. Now, the client doesn't see any of that machination in the background. So they have no idea that these things, that some of these tools are being integrated as efficiently and as effectively. So it eliminates their need to see and be bogged down by that minutia.
Okay.
In terms of, so that's an example of what we have included, that we knew we were kind of pushing that envelope to in the capabilities of our clientele. One that, for instance, we didn't include That's tough because you have to include everything.
Okay. Let me ask you a few things here, because I have a list of things that I think photographers do like to see. Um, and you can just give me a quick yes or no answer. Yes, we've got that. And I might also ask if you charge extra for it, because some people have a subscription model, but if you want printouts, that's going to be an extra charge, right?
Right.
So I have an Excel spreadsheet here that I've made for you guys. First of all, it looks like your pricing is based off of a subscription, so you can't pay per project. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Um, White labeling. It looks like in order to make sure that full frame isn't on all of our stuff, we would have to pay $125 for that for the year.
Well, in version 2, it's 99.
Okay.
Um,
99.
and it's all white labeled. Important to know, it's all white labeled without any additional features or payments except for the URL. It's just to change the URL that
Okay.
we're having to go through these
And that's
SSL.
handling the DNS and the domain,
Right,
and that's
right.
actually extra stuff. Yeah, and I get
Right.
that. All right. So if you want to offer marketing materials to agents, do I have to pay extra for you, or is that included in our subscription?
That's included.
Okay, and you do offer it. Now, is there an option to charge agents if they want to use those materials?
Yes. For instance, the flyers, both at the global level, you can turn them on or off to the view of the client. Or, I'm sorry, you can change it. Sorry, you can
Yes.
change it at the client level,
Okay,
at the
good.
profile level.
As far as analytics goes, I saw in the presentation that you have website analytics for the listing website. Do you have analytics for the photographer's business, so that the photographer can see how well they're doing, how many shoots they did that month, what their average order value is, and so forth?
We give both the photographer and the client the ability to add their own tracking codes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So you can actually, okay. I actually do like that, because sometimes I hate being at the mercy of the platform, because there's something that I would really like to see, and then I'll ask for it to be implemented, but I'm powerless to implement it, and they may or may not ever do it. So I could just do it myself. Okay.
And
Um,
this is Analytics 4, by the way, too, which is
okay.
just a recent upgrade from Google.
Okay, good. Now, a big concern that has come about recently is terms of service. Does full frame try to grab any rights from the images, or do they share your client's information with third parties?
No.
No. Okay, just flat out,
There's,
absolutely not.
yeah,
Okay.
flat out.
All right. I mean, and you guys are checking all the boxes that I think are important for photographers. And man, it seems like you understand us quite well. So, and that's because you are one. So thank you. Thank you for building a nice, clean, simple app. Now, let's talk about something that I also think you guys do very well, and that is pricing. You guys have included all of the major features. And while you don't offer a per project price, your subscription price is one of the most affordable at the level of all the things you guys offer. So there's some cheaper services out there, but they only offer the very, very basics. You guys offer almost everything that I would like to see, and you do so for about half if you guys are doing a lot of volume. So I do around 100 a month, 100 shoots a month. And if I were doing that, it looks like the price is sitting around $239, $250.
Yeah, it sounds right.
And you guys have subscription models where if you're only doing 10 projects a month, you don't have to pay all that much. So your most expensive for everything included, it comes in just under $5 a project.
Right.
And then once you get up, like if I was doing 100 shoots a month, I would be paying $2.39 per project, which is
So
incredibly affordable.
good. Yeah. The first 60 in our top level, the first 60 are for a flat rate. And then any other projects after that are a $225 rate.
Okay, awesome. Well, I think we've covered everything pretty clearly. Is there anything else we haven't mentioned that you would like to make sure people are aware of?
I think what I find I like to be able to front people with is that the more complex you want your platform, the more investment you're going to need to make into setting it up. Now we've gotten set up as absolutely simple as we can and efficient in that not everything needs to be completed, and we've sorted out the minutia for you. But what I find is there are the people who just want the Dropbox type functionality. They'll come to us and get frustrated, or they'll come to our competitors with this kind of feature set and get frustrated because they're not up and running within 5 minutes. It's very efficient. It takes a day.
Mm-hmm.
This is also the time that it takes for you to kind of think about how your workflow integrates into a platform like ours. You start to question your business model a little bit and maybe do little tweaks. So allow that flexibility when you're coming into a platform like this. And in our case, talk to us, because we've had experience and we've talked to thousands of others like you. So we're your friend. We're on your side. So use us. That's the big benefit.
All right, awesome. I really appreciate talking with me today. And just out of curiosity, what is your position, Barry? I know that we didn't put that up on the screen here.
I'm the founder.
All right.
Yeah.
That's very good. All right. I love it. And if you guys have any questions, or if you guys want to check out Go Full Frame for yourself, go to gofullframe.com. That's gofullframe.com. And can they set up a demo, or how easy is the team able to be contacted?
Sure. Yeah. You have a number of call to actions right there on the website. And we found that a live demo is worth everything. It's going to answer your questions in real time. You're not going to be frustrated about maybe in the order in which you're learning how these things work. We're happy to do it. We want you to call us. If you, however, like to navigate things on your own, and we find a lot of our clients do, we have a very involved and complete resource center, and maybe you can link them there as well. It's also linked right on our website. It is full of tutorials and videos and how-tos. But I guess in the end, if this is kind of my last ability to talk to your potential clients and people who are doing what you're doing, I haven't seen anyone do this before, like you're doing, bringing us in to the process. I think it's fabulous. I want people to have as much information as they can. And honestly, there isn't a great way right now. We don't have an industry association. Huge thing I've been trying to help out. It's a couple of people have started and installed, but engage us, please, because it's